What up, everybody? Your boys are back. You know what I want to start doing? We got to start figuring out the date. What's the date, Busky?
Today's August 22nd.
August 22nd. Your boys are back. The Hard Corner. We're back with another episode, everybody. It's good to be back. Shout out to everybody who's been tuning in. A couple people been hitting me up asking for their episode, and it's coming. Remember that. We're always lurking in the in the mist, in the background. So
In the cut.
yeah, exactly. Shout out to everybody who's been tuning in. There's been a lot of stuff going on around the planet. Yeah, what's up with you, Busky? What's going on?
You know, another week chilling. A lot of stuff, like you said, going on. Lots to it's hard to pick. There's just so much shit going on all the time. So
How is your jog right now?
my yog.
Yeah. As you
we,
can
were
see,
we were having a conversation, in
Yeah.
the back room before we started, and it's amazing. His complexion is beautiful in his camera, and for some reason mine is very pink.
no, but he don't understand, because he always jogs before he comes on. I'm like, that's just the blood rushing to the cheeks. So shout out to all you joggers out there. But no, it's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool stuff out, and there was some cool thing. There was this next thing the first thing we're gonna shout out is something really dope because I found out about it kind of randomly. I didn't even know about it, and I saw. I don't know if somebody posted it or I was scrolling through Amazon or my whatever, my YouTube, and boom, Leeway, the Forgotten Ones documentary. I may be late to the game. I don't know when it dropped, but for everybody out there, one of my favorite bands, Leeway from New York City. Look at you could go rent it. Go rent it right now. There's no excuse. $1.99, you cheap bastards out there. You can't beat it. You're supporting it, and it's got some good 411 and some cool footage on it. But listen, for anybody who don't know, these are the Crossover Kings. A big influence in my writing style, and probably some of the first OGs with the whole swag, with the metal, and just doing it right and authentically, and
You remember the first time you saw them by chance?
absolutely. I remember perfectly. It was one of the Super Bowls. I forgot which one, but it was the Super Bowl where Eddie had he came out in the skeleton suit.
Okay.
And they headlined it. I never forget it. This is a cool story. It was me and MQ rolled up, and I had, it was stacked, that lineup. And I had lost MQ in the mix. It was packed, and I didn't see MQ, so I'm watching Leeway, and they're killing it. They're murking it. And at one point, Eddie had the wireless and he disappears. And the next thing you know, he's in the VIP section up in the balcony, right? And the lights go on him and he stands on a table. I look at the table and MQ somehow made his way to VIP, who was sitting on the table. In total MQ fashion, he made it to the VIP, was having a drink, chilling, while I was with the peasants. But shout out to my brother MQ. But man, what could I say, man? You remember the first time you seen him?
Oh man,
amazing!
It was definitely not that awesome. Definitely not at a New York City show like that. And it was definitely years and years later. I really don't remember the first time. I don't, but I remember catching them. We were recording. Terror was recording Always the Hard Way with Zeus, and I remember Leeway was playing those two shows in the city. So this was, I think, 2006-ish maybe or something, and they were doing two shows at CB's, and I remember we went to those shows. That definitely wasn't the first time I saw them, but it was a standout moment of seeing Leeway in 2006, and that was with Eddie and Mikey Gibbons. It was like the original lineup, and they fucking crushed it, man. But I definitely saw them a few times with different members, different eras, and this and that. But they were always, these songs are classics, and these records are just amazing, And
they don't get enough credit, like they really, I'll speak outside. I don't know what, outside any drama any bands may have or whatever. I'll speak from outside as a fan and as a student and a player in the game of this thing of ours. They are definitely underrated and definitely should be more appreciated in the big sky. Is there video for this?
Yeah, we got a little clip.
Show that shit.
Yep.
Power and the heaviness of Leeway. They just came on and the place started going crazy.
Came from the streets of the Bowery, CBGB, but started going crossover with the addition of heavy metal members.
I think they just changed the game for New
What
York
up, Holly?
hardcore, New York crossover, whatever you want to call it.
Rise and Fall came on, and I was just like, whoa.
They're just classics, and not just New York hardcore classics to me. They're just classic records, metal hard rock records. I mean, they had everything going for them. The great frontman, they had the 2 shredding guitars.
Yeah, definitely some cool shit. Definitely, if you guys want to check out, one of the members' perspective on their time with the band, go check it out. Some cool stuff on that. I shout out to Eddie. Also, Eddie, OG and also a friend of mine and a friend of ours. And while we're talking about Leeway, I think Eddie definitely could use some help. If you don't know, he's been fighting cancer for a while now, and this guy's still on stage.
Yeah,
he's still writing. He's still on stage, rocking stages, and I talk to him, kind of often. We text back and forth, and I could honestly saying, which I love. He has a love for this thing of ours, and I'm glad, and he feels appreciated, and I'm glad, and I love when I see OGs like that don't feel. I'm tired of all the obligated OGs.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Sure.
I'm tired of that shit. Go, you want something given to you, you go somewhere else for that bullshit. If you need a pat on your back, if you need to go buy yourself a trophy. You know what I mean? He's in the mix. And he's fighting, and he's sung songs about fighting back, and he's living it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And now's your time to help. There's a GoFundMe. I'm not sure if we have the actual link. It will be in the bio and all that stuff. You go follow him. You could go support him. He was writing out songs. You could, I forgot what it cost, $20, whatever it was, and he would write out some lyrics of classic songs. I got mine. I was like, man. Oh, hell yeah. Like, besides being able to help him more than anything, that's, again, a big influence on me. And I said, man, that's history right there. That's like the Declaration of Independence, getting it by,
totally,
Betsy Ross or whoever the hell signed it. Betsy Ross or whoever that. But you know what I mean? But
there's also, I think, merchandise, too. He's, a bunch of those classic Leeway shirts have been redone, reprinted, and everything. So yeah, support this whole thing. And like you said, the doc is a little bit I don't think it's really a tell-all. I think it's maybe a little leaning in one direction as a more of a narrative than it is any sort of a tell-all documentary. But I think there's a lot of streets in the Leeway city that these guys travel down, and it's probably a pretty twisted story. So definitely check this out and support Eddie. This
for
is
sure. And so cool shit. That little clip got me amped. I can't lie. I was getting a little bit amped.
And it's amazing. Those riffs are just incredible. Those songs are incredible, and it's just a vibe. Again, we were talking earlier about music having a vibe, and it's like they just had it. They really did have it. And anytime you put those records on, it's like you can't not listen to the whole thing and get goosebumps.
Yeah, for sure. So shout out to them. Shout out to Astoria. Shout out to Eddie. You already know. Yeah. Oh, hell, the Kingpin. All right, what we got? What do we got next?
What do we got? Colorado's in the house.
Yeah, one of my favorite states with some of my favorite humans, with some of my favorite vegetation. What we got here? Boom, Colorado Hardcore Toy Drive. Sound off, Busky, on this.
We got December 15th, A World Apart and Convulse Records presents Colorado Hardcore Toy Drive. First time ever in Colorado. The Kings from New York, Hudson Valley Mind Force. Always amazing seeing those dudes. First time in Colorado. I'm sure it'll be a nice warm welcoming for them. And a reunion show from Fight Like Hell, which features some of our boys and people in that. So some support bands: Direct Threat, Time Heists.
Shout out to fucking Time Heist in the building.
I don't know if that says Wide Man, maybe, and Eyes of Salt. A couple of other bands I never heard of. So
yeah, and the Fight Like Hell, that's 15 years. So they reunion show 15 years, and Mind Force, man, you never know. That would be a show to pop up in Denver. I mean, to pop up for, because Colorado is my kind of town.
Yeah.
And I can see a heavy collective happening. We might have to recap during the Mind Force.
Yeah, Christmas in Colorado.
Oh, that might be some type of theme for a festival. You hear that, Gator Food? Jot that down in your little Rolodex. Put that in your purse.
Yes.
But no,
Marquee
but go definitely.
Theater.
Yeah.
You ever played the Marquee?
Yeah, we actually did play the cool spot, an OG spot, man. And Colorado is a state, you know, again, somewhere that we don't get to play that often. It's always great, has a good history, and I just love everything about it.
Yep.
One of the best Brazilian steakhouses I've ever been to on the planet.
Oh, yeah?
Shout out to Swiss and all my fam out there. The Fogo de Chao in Denver. People are going to hate me, Brazil. Just as good, maybe better than what I had in Brazil. But I'm going to leave it like that.
Oh, boy.
Ridiculous.
Wow.
Shout out to the wildlife in Denver.
Yeah. What makes it so much better? Like, with the flavor?
Healthy,
Like
I think they were massaged by the gods. I don't know. These animals were fed the nectar of, Mother Nature breastfed every animal herself, and they were massaged by Zeus. I mean, I don't know. It's
All
just
right.
everybody. Let's go there. Fly me out there. Buy me barbecue. Let's go eat. Let's go see Mind Force and fight like hell.
Yeah.
Support. But on the real toy drive, you can't beat it. Support the kids.
Yeah.
Again, I think getting with age is something, not just being a father, but when I see my people or just people out there with their kids, I'm doing stuff for the kids. It really, something goes through my body where I legit get man, that makes me feel good, and I get amped, I get happy, something. The power of kids, of children, with the energy they produce, man, so everything about them, man, what they could be, and that man, they're just so innocent and all that shit. Is a beautiful thing to have children. Again, I hate God every day, and I thank him every day for being a father.
Yep, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Balance of life, though. You know what I mean? It can't all be good, and it can't all be bad. You got
to love. You need to know what hate is to love. Oh, and I hate my son sometimes, but I love him all the time. That's the difference.
Yeah.
But shout out to them. And by the way, shout out to Zeus. Shout out to not just Zeus was recording. I'm saying Zeus, the gods, Krishna, Judah, the Buddha. If you got abs, if you're fat, whatever type of God you believe in, salute to you.
We appreciate it.
We appreciate you. We definitely some namaste. We some majestic animals.
Yeah.
But over here we got this is again another some of the new blood coming with some of the old blood. Older blood. They're not old, but I guess some OGs in the game now.
Yeah, for sure. It's generational. You know what I mean? These guys were, it's funny to speak about people of my same age as being, whatever, but it's like these guys have been around just like we have, so.
So we got Tsunami, Suburban Scum, and Regulate. Man, first of all, that show is dope. It's stacked, and you definitely got three different flavors of the same era, of the same, of the same recipes. Just, October 14th. Where's this at?
This is in Jersey, Lake Como, New Jersey.
Lake Como. I think Gator Food used to live there, near Lake Como. Yeah.
Lake Como.
So Gator, shout out to Gator Food in Lake Como. But but we got over here, we got Tsunami. They're headlining, and Suburban Scum, man.
Yeah.
Back at it. They're back at it. It's been a minute. We got Regulate, Regulate, that's Long Island, right? They're dope, man.
Regulate, I think they might have members from Long Island.
I think Long Island and upstate too. I think
maybe. I don't know.
But they're definitely, I know that they drink that East Coast water. So but shout out to them. And I just saw this. I didn't even see it on the flyer till right now. 20 years of As Real as It Gets with Sworn Enemy. I didn't even know they were on this till right now.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sworn Enemy for doing their thing. I see them popping up, doing their thing.
Shout out to that record, man. It's a great record that I think has been a little bit slept on over the past 20 years. 20 years. There's a lot of records that have come behind this record. by Sworn Enemy, but also just by other bands, you know, and this one definitely holds up. You know, if you put it on and you listen to it now, it holds up, you know. So I'm excited. And I'm pretty sure Lorenzo might be playing with them and some of these shows, or I don't know. If you follow Lorenzo at all, you know, he's a big time movie star guy now.
You know, Lorenzo Antanochi, he's the Mama Luke. He was the founder of Mama Luke TV, which I was like big fan of the 2 episodes, I think. Yeah, I was actually on one of them.
Yep. I think I was actually on the tour with Sworn Enemy when he came up with the idea and he started filming all that.
No joke. If he would have stuck with that, that thing would have popped. It was a great concept. I had a blast. I remember I was writing. You know, actually, I think I had the song for We the People. Okay. I think I actually jammed that there, like I was writing it, and then he came to the house. I remember I had a blast doing it, and we had a good time. But shout out to him, and he's doing his thing, man. Yeah, I gotta say, you know, he stuck at it, he grinding. And I seen him popping up with doing some cool shit, man.
Yep. So hopefully, I don't know, maybe he'll be playing this. I don't know, but I know that I think he was playing some shows with them. So
yeah, and it's a matinee at the Salty Beach Bar, Lake Como, New Jersey.
Yep.
Go get those tickets. Tsunami. Again, I always love the flyers, the whole work, this whole shit. It's dope, man. The whole layout for that.
Perfect.
Yep. So shout out to them for whoever booked it and whoever well, let me ask you, what's the actual that over the regular, the 48 XXX? Does that mean something?
I have no idea. 48. I have no idea what that means.
Just peep that out. We're gonna find that out.
Yep, no idea.
Well, good shit, everybody. Go support that. And what do we got up here? Oh, we got some of my favorite humans, and definitely my favorite militant vegans.
Yeah.
We got Earth Crisis. Well, you messed up with the spelling. It should be EARF Crisis. Man. My peoples, my fam, Earth Crisis still at it. Firestorm, 30 years.
30 years.
I took pride in like being, set it off as hitting 30 years or whatever. And I forgot Earth Crisis is right there.
Yeah. Yep.
Right there. So we got 30 years of Earth Crisis. Do you remember the first time you seen Earth Crisis?
Yeah, of course.
I don't remember the first time I seen him. It must have been when I played with him.
Okay.
But I remember I fell in love with him right away because this was my shit, that metal shit. But where did you catch him first?
They were local for me, I mean, I grew up skateboarding with Carl, when I was, I don't even know, 10, 11, 12 years old, we were skateboarding. And then there was a local band before Earth Crisis called Framework. And basically, Carl kind of hijacked Framework. And he started Earth Crisis, not really started, but that's when Earth Crisis came to be after he hijacked Framework. So I was already a real big fan of Framework. And then when this Earth Crisis thing popped off, it blew my mind because I knew Carl as just a skateboarder guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he was a musician, let alone this crazy vegan guy that, whatever. And then Earth Crisis came out and it just fucking blew my mind, like the lyrics, the music. And it was metal, it really was metal hardcore at the time. And that wasn't a big popular thing.
They don't sound like it, but they're our days knock loose. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They were on some metal shit that was on some other shit that was extreme, but Earth Crisis also had very, they had songs also like where they were able to do be that heavy and technical, but still, don't not lose the song element. They were able later on, they tapped into more of the songs instead of just the heavy riffs, which I like because they were growing into it. They always had chops though. They could always play, always sounded tight. And it was always like, fuck. When we had to play with them, it was always like, oh, it's on. We got to be, they're going to sound great. So we got to be tight. You know what I mean? They always kept us on our game.
Yeah. And it's funny because they really did. I think hardcore was allowed to be so sloppy for so long. You know what I mean? And like, it wasn't really until a lot of these, there was always technically tight bands like Leeway, which came years before this stuff. But in my world of, coming up and stuff, like they really took it to the next level in terms of tightness, and then I started my band under the shadow of this, or joined a band under the shadow of this. And this was our Bible, you know what I mean? Like they were local guys, they were our friends, they were, setting the standard for music and just that tightness of being able to play well. And I don't know, same thing. I remember always playing and touring with these guys and just being like, this is how you keep it real, but you take it to that next level without going farther than you need to.
No, for sure. And keeping the integrity of the whole thing, because they never, even when later on they got more melodic and did, and when it was, to me, it was them. To me, it's like, you're not 15 no more, and they've been grinding. But to me, it was the perfect evolution. What they did, it was always hard.
Yep.
And then now, first of all, one of the best tours I've ever did, most fun, memorable tours I ever did was with them.
Yeah.
But we got Berkeley, they're playing Gilman, they're playing Los Angeles, and they're playing Anaheim.
Yeah.
Listen, what better place to go west and see them? There's mad vegan food everywhere. You got these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You got Carlos and the boys.
I know. Look at that hair. I remember.
Look at that hair. And that was a great look too. He looked wild.
Oh,
He looked like a crazy, like one of the Muppets, but like gone rogue. And then he sounded like the devil, but something else. And then the music, and it was well done. And he was
great, man. And they're still great. I mean, they just did some shows with One King Down recently, and I think I went to 3 of them right in a row, and they sound great. For sure. They're just they're heavy as ever, and great set list and great energy still. So definitely catch these shows. Firestorm's a classic.
November, Lord, man, Gator, man, we might have to go.
I know
all these people might have to keep flying us out. If they want us to cover these shows, I think we might have to belong at some of these places.
And I would stay tuned, because I have a feeling if this is a 30th anniversary of Firestorm, there's got to be some more dates and cities coming up. I doubt they're going to limit it to just 3 on the West Coast.
I hope so. You know what? Not for nothing. I'm going to get Carl and the boys back on the show. On the podcast and touch base with this shit, because I
wonder if you could grow those honky clumps back.
Yeah, I don't know. We might have to order some on Amazon. I'm gonna have to call Carl up.
Get him a wig. We got to bring that era back.
Yeah, we're gonna buy the headband with the hair already built in.
Yeah.
Gator Food knows that. When I met Gator Food, he had that same look, and that was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we got next? So we got Florida represented.
Florida.
Look at boom, but Florida is, again, I get happy when my state is making noise, and they've been making noise for a minute and continue to make it noise. FYA Fest sold out already, and people don't understand what this means. You hear sold out. This is Florida, everybody. As much as I love Florida, and it's known to pull out a lot of great bands, and there's a lot of, the fans of the music are great. There's very small selected scenes down here, what makes it very hard for these type of bands to come on a regular.
Yeah.
So to have a festival of this magnitude and have it sell out and consistently be a staple with competing with everybody and hanging and smashing, it's a salute to not only the fest, to the people who run it and put it together, because Florida is on its own down here. We're surrounded by not so heavy hardcore states. That hardcore is everywhere, but outside of Florida, we got Georgia, we got Louisiana. These are rough states to be a hardcore kid in. You know what I mean?
True.
And man, look at what they got going there, selling out every year and keeping the whole integrity of the music. Like from when they had the Life of Agonies to the Turnstile to the listen. Let's start. Let's name some of these fucking bands, Busky. Who we got here?
Oh man, Weapon down on the bottom, serious straight edge stuff. Warren, The Final Agony, Scarab, Restraining Order, Out of Pocket, Regulate, Moment of Truth, New World Man. Shout out to New World Man. Can't say that enough. Hard Stripes, Haywire, Hold My Own, Envision, Division of Mind from Richmond, Dimension 6, who we're going to touch on a little bit later. Dead Set, Demonstration of Power, Combust, Collateral, dope demo. You got to check that out. I believe that's Burning Lord. All for All from Syracuse. Balmora, Big Boy, and I'm not sure what that one is. But then you get into that next tier. You got is that EGH? Does that Everybody Gets Hurt logo?
It might be for everybody. Yeah. Well,
Everybody Gets Hurt. Koyo from Long Island, Gridiron, Magnitude, Twitching Tongues, Never Ending Game, Mind Force, Military Gun, Incendiary, Pain of Truth, No Warning.
Jeez.
Shout out to Jordo and the Cookie.
Yes.
Tsunami, Trapped Under Ice, and Dying Fucking Fetus.
Jesus. And look at, Trapped on the Ice, Tsunami, Incendiary. Great band. I always had a problem. That's hard name to say if you had your GED. If you got your GED and freaking
Incendiary.
Great. Yeah, Incendiary.
Yeah.
It's hard, but there you go. But listen, you have a lot of stuff going on here. You got every tier. This thing is beyond stacked.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff. All these bands been grinding, and Trapped on the Ice been making their rounds lately. I noticed they're doing this, and they popped up. Angel Dust is all over the spot.
Yep.
And now they're Trapped on the Ice thing. So it's
Yep.
everybody gets to see them. Everybody loves them.
Yep.
Now's your chance to catch. Well, you're gonna catch them, and if you didn't get those tickets, you messed up. And Dying Fetus, we were talking about this not too long ago. How great to be able to have a band like that on a bill like this, and it not be out of pocket.
I love it, man. I love it because again, I've listened to this stuff for since I was a kid.
Yeah.
This is what I grew up listening to was death metal and hardcore. And I love now that you can see it all together. I love it.
And it's sold out. We have Canada, California.
Yeah.
We got, people with long hair, short hair.
Yeah.
You got it all over here. Swag, no swag, Tampa, Florida. And listen, January 6th and 7th. Listen, there's a lot of worse places to be.
Totally.
In January. You trust me, you're going to want to be in Florida in January. At its worst, it's better than wherever the hell you live. Unless you live in freaking Bora Bora.
Yeah.
Shut the hell up and come to FYA, camp out.
Yeah.
And, the hardcore, I'm definitely going to be in the building, I think. You never know.
Yeah,
they might have to add
trip.
Yeah, you never know. They might have to add another band on this. You never know.
That's a good trip to take. Like you said, from New York in the middle of the winter. I could cruise down there and have a good weekend for sure. I want to play. I want to play this. I really do. I've seen footage. Yeah. And I haven't been in a band. Since this fest has started, I haven't had any bands. So it's like I've never had the opportunity or reason, but I see these every year. I see this footage. I'm like, man, that looks like a great one to play. So
yeah. No, they have a good thing and good people running in. Everybody mad cool and all that stuff. Yep. I know Joe's connected with them and all of those people. So shout out to them and everybody. And go check that out.
Fuck yeah.
And we got this new thing. This is something that you put me on to right now. Was this whole there's a pre-order, the Drink Deep. First of all, I love the name.
Yep.
What's this about?
This is actually some stuff that I just came across, I think, this week as well, too. Very cool. Berlin. Shout out to Berlin. Mad love for that city. Berlin hardcore with a very strong sort of DC hardcore influence.
Oh, that's great.
7 Second style in there sometimes, but it's got that whole Dag Nasty melodic, some of the Minor Threat riffing in there. The melodic Uniform Choice sort of singing and whatever, but very cool pre-order. They dropped a single called Double Victim. Song is on that 7-inch, so we do have a clip of that. I want to play it, and if anybody, if you like what you hear, I would definitely check out this 7-inch because it sounds pretty promising. So we'll give this a shot. Dag Nasty.
They definitely
Minor Threat.
They captured that old sound, like
Because I just can't stand to lose another friend.
Totally.
No, Kusha, they definitely do not sound German. That's number one. So right there for that, this style. but that's cool. You know, from the production being, you know, really raw and everything, they really captured that type of style because it sounded like literally the room sounded like that era, you know, it was like shit. And you can hear the influences in that. And what I'm glad is, again, people tapping into the other elements of this thing of ours, not just the metallic side, you know what I mean? You know, I tend to lean towards the metallic side, but you know, this melodic stuff is a big part of it too, you know, and for the heavy stuff to be heavy, you need that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To bounce off.
Yeah.
So go check them out. And and Germany, I gotta say this too. On the last time I was in Europe, a lot of new bands coming out of Europe, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And a lot, I think, even for the whole European scene, is probably some of the most original time. As much as they got their influence, I think so a lot of real original music is coming out now. I think people are less trying to copy and just having bands be their influence and not just trying to mimic them. You know what I mean? Because you know it's a good thing, and there's a lot of good new bands coming out of Europe. So definitely shout out to the whole European scene, man.
Hell yeah. Sure. Good. That's good to hear. I see it too. You know what I mean? Like I'm not traveling, so I don't see it in person, but I follow enough blogs and whatever bands that I see it, you know, I see all these demos popping up and they're fucking great. You know, they're very, they're not copies of anything. They're influences, you know, it's got its own character. Exactly. It's got its own thing. And a lot of it, like you said, there was a time where you could tell a European hardcore band.
Exactly.
You know, for better, for worse, there was a time where it was like, oh, they got to be Europe, you know, Europeans. You can't tell anymore. You know, you listen to this, and you're like, damn, these guys sound like they could be, you know, young kids from DC right now.
Yep.
So,
exactly.
Yeah, definitely keep an eye out for this. Refusemusic.net is where you can find the pre-order. And I know they got a Bandcamp and all that stuff.
Yeah,
too,
definitely go check out their Bandcamp and all that. And it's all about the whole support thing. You got to support them on Bandcamp and you got to support the show. Shout out to everybody who's been supporting us from day one. You already know who you are, especially D-Mac. We know you out there.
Yeah.
But listen, I just dropped a character t-shirt. I did this. We just did a small bunch. This is a little special thing we did for fun. Anything that goes from this shirt is going into a new project that I'm about to drop. So support the channel with the character shirt. Right here, we're dropping a brand new Smoking Word tribute shirt. Listen, you already know the deal. This is going to be one. This is one of my, for once, I think I'm going to really rock my shit with like, I want it. I can't wait till this is done. But we got some new merch. Everything is going right back into the channel and right back into everything I'm about to be dropping because I got a lot of stuff. Listen, CasaDeRock.com. Support the movement. Support the show. Right there, hit the link. Again, if you don't got money, you could repost. You could subscribe. Leave a comment. That's free. But I know you got a jobby job, everybody. Get that shirt, that one with my ugly face on it. Everything from that is going to go into the next project. So if you want some of your part of you inside my next project, go support that shirt. We only made about 20 of them. So there's a couple left that we got. And I'm going to be dropping that Maiden Smoking Word tribute shirt, which is going to be a banger, which, definitely CasaDeRock.com and support the show. Again, we are independent. We are in-house. Everything we do ourselves for the love of it. And because this is what we're made of. And with that being said, I want to also shout out everybody who's been hitting me up, what do you call it? Thanking me for, shouting me out for the years of giving, playing music and all that good stuff. It feels good to get that love and all that. But, I want that love when I'm dead. I'm alive. Yeah. So right now, while I'm alive, your boy ain't playing no games. And if you haven't heard, everybody, I'm going to be dropping something new. I got a new tribe with a new vibe. You understand? Smoke AD. Something different, something heavy. And I'm coming at you winter 2023 because I got no time to play games. It'd be cute to say next year or that. You people want new music. We're going to give you new music. So add us right now. Smoke AD on Instagram and just follow the movement. Listen, we're taking everybody's heads off, but we're going to have fun doing it. And you're going to want our heads taken. You're going to want your head taken off by us.
Yeah.
Put it like that. Smoke AD, Instagram. Stay tuned. Casa de Rock. Support the movement. Let's hit him with that video, Gator. Let's give him a little taste of what's what. Woo!
Yeah.
Listen, that's just a little tasty taste. We about shaking them asses and keeping it positive, but on some really dirgy, heavy stuff. But look out, Smoke AD, winter 2023. Hit that link right there. Stay up to speed with everything. And again, shout out to everybody around the planet who's been tapping. And I love it when they say, you know, we love the spoken word. And I see they're from Bulgaria or they're from Australia. Shout out to, you know, my Aussies and my Kiwis out there holding it down. You know who you are. And what else we got going on, Busky? Shout out to Gator for killing those graphics.
Yeah, hell yeah. I look forward to this stuff. And just so some of you people out there, you know, like I want to be just like everybody else. I want to be a civilian when this thing drops. And I know that you could send me little clips here and there. And man, I don't want it. I want to be a civilian. I want to, you know, wait for the proper drop and everything. So.
Absolutely. That's what I was just telling Busky. You know, we were saying in the back room. I don't even tell Busky anything about this project because I'm so excited about it. I'm really amped about it. And I know the people that really appreciate it and love it. I want them to I want to take it back to when we were 15 and you heard that band that just rocked your world and you were like, yo, and just something cool, something new, and something flavorful to chew on. You know what I mean? And I'm amped, and I know you know, again, we lovers of this. And, you know, again, I'm psyched to try to, you know, to hold it and linger it and dangle it around you to finally let you hear it, because I know I think you're gonna feel it, and I'm really excited about it. Smoke AD, I really can. It's something I've been having for a while, but now it's time to pull that trigger. So look out for that, everybody.
Good.
And on that new shit, what else we got? We got some new stuff coming on that you just, again, some new other stuff you put me on to.
We do, yeah. Better Lovers. This is some new stuff from you know, some old names and some guys that have been around for a while. So members of Every Time I Die and Dillinger Escape Plan.
Bugged out crazy.
Yeah, I mean, this is cool. Again, just a different avenue, you know, right? It's not typical hardcore, but these guys all sort of, you know, grew up listening to, they went other places, they created these whole new scenes, obviously, with Dillinger Escape Plan and Every Time I Die, a little bit more in that noisier, you know, indie, I don't even know what you want to, you know, metal area, but very cool to see, again, you know, a vibe come together. You know, these guys, it just works, you know. It doesn't sound like any of necessarily their other bands, but you can tell that those other bands came, you know, as an influence in this. So
I want to check it out.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool, you know. It's definitely, you know, a little bit different than some of the stuff that you might typically expect us to be covering, but it's cool, you know. It's definitely cool, and these are very recognizable names of guys that have been around for quite some time, so it definitely deserves, you know, its love and shine and attention. So
definitely making me a bugged out cover too, pretty crazy.
Yeah, and it's just, you know, it's different. It's just a, you know, it's not your typical skull and crossbones and you know, athletic letter hardcore stuff. But, you know,
for
I
sure.
feel like some people might be able to vibe on it.
Yeah,
so.
go check. Yeah, definitely go check that out. It's cool, something new. And I ran into some new thing. I was just scrolling. I ran into them. I don't know how we pronounce this. Grapple. But let me tell you, they are hard as fuck. I ran into this. I said, let me go check it out. Because first of all, I love, I got my love for metal in general. And I got I always had a thing for my Japanese people and the whole Japan thing. I have always mad love over there. And I had a special thing with everything Japanese. And I ran into these guys and I saw them play. I was blown away. I was like, God, man.
Yeah.
The sound, the heaviness, the musicianship on it. Oh, I said, look, that's actually my screenshot. I had to put the screenshot, send. I was like, yo, we gotta post this. This thing is people gotta check this out.
Yeah,
you know. And again, shout out, you know, in Japan anyway. If they're gonna do something, what I love, and something I learned through the Japanese, you're gonna do something, you do it right.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You take your time and you do it properly and you show it respect.
Yeah.
These guys, I know they did it justice, man.
Yeah. I'd never heard it before. You know, you posted this in the thread, and I went and I did some research, and it blew my mind how American metalcore, you know, they really sound. And again, not that it matters, but you know visual to that, you would think they were just some guys from Kentucky or Kansas, whatever, you know, white bread, just metalcore Americans just playing this, and it's pretty amazing. And like you said, it's precise. They really nailed it. I don't know, you know, it's again not necessarily my favorite wheelhouse to listen to, but when you're listening to it, it's catchy, you know. Like some of these choruses are just unbelievably big. Definitely. In that metal core, you know,
and just genre. Sonically sounds great, and it's just like well done. And something right now I just saw that just made them officially my favorite band. They're a super duper metalcore band.
Super duper.
Did you just see that right now? That just right now they just went from 8 to 10. Now they're 100 on a scale from 1 to 5 now, just because of the super duper metalcore band.
Shout out to Japan, man. Like seriously, some of the best you know, people I've ever personally met, coming, you know, in contact with through music and traveling, and I love Japan.
Yeah,
love
me
Japan.
too. Me too. Shout out to them. But go check them out, man. So if you like that metalcore, this is some real shit. I fuck with it. I like it a lot, man, for sure. Shout out to them, man.
Awesome. Yeah, it's very, very metalcore. Perfect if you're into that stuff.
And we got some here that I got happy when I saw. Yeah. I saw the word demo.
Yeah.
When I see the word demo, I don't know. I get my bones feeling like, I don't know. I just love it.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this one, because I know you got a handle on this.
Yeah, Face Your Fears demo 2023. It's great, man. It's, you know, the opposite of what we were just talking about with Better Lovers and the metalcore thing. I mean, this is just straight hardcore. Probably, I don't know. I mean, when I heard it instantly, I thought of Connecticut style hardcore, 90s era, you know, 2000s, maybe a little Death Threat in there. Definitely hear a little bit of Naysayer in there, which is cool, you know. And I like that a lot of these demos, they're not 80s style. There's plenty of that stuff out there, but there's also like this generation of kids that are pulling from, you know, the 2000s era hardcore, you know, and the late 90s stuff, which is cool, you know. And this sort of falls in that category. It's more of a 90s era hardcore, but very dope artwork, as you can tell. Very cool layout. Down But Not Out Records. Number 9, you know, so they're just popping off. Definitely get on board with Down But Not Out, and get on board with Face Your Fears. It's just cool, you know, very cool stuff. Hardcore.
Yeah, no, cool shit. And right there, the demo layout, I remember those things and folding those things. Those shit is driving me crazy.
Fucking great, yeah.
But it's great. Yeah, right there, boom, and cool shit. And they're a little bit of everywhere, right? They're where they're from, actually. Do you know?
Man, I'm not even sure. They might be European, to be honest. I'm not sure.
Oh shit,
I should have looked that up a little bit, but I'm not sure. But just listen to the demo and dig in, because it's fucking great. You guys
usually anything that says demo on it, give it a chance.
Yeah, for sure.
We got, speaking of demo, another demo right here. We got the Dimension 6 demo. First of all, the graphics are dope.
Yep.
Again, it's an aesthetic that we're used to, and with some new shit, with a little bit new style, but the lettering and Virginia Hardcore, you know, members of Naysay. I haven't heard them yet. I want to. Busky put me on again. That's why I got the Busk here.
Word.
He tends to be the filtering system. And what do we got here? First of all, it's a limited edition 100 tapes right off the grip. Go get it, because anything collectors, go get it.
Yeah.
And tapes seem to be back. And also, I love tapes. It's a cool little piece to hold. Something you could actually grab in your hands besides your hammer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But tell me about Dimension 6. What you know about them?
I haven't seen them yet, so I can't tell you much. I know that members of Naysayer, so it's going to be good. I always love Naysayer. Yeah. You know, this is just one of those demos. I put it on, and it was, I think, 4 songs, and then I hit play again, and then I hit play again, then I hit play again, and it just kept playing, you know, those same 4 songs. And I was like, man, this is just really good. You know, it hits on all the right spots. You know, it's heavy, it's fast, it's mean, but it's not over the top. I mean, it's no nonsense, just good, just solid hardcore.
And Virginia, something about Virginia You know, I almost think it's like Virginia / like Brooklyn.
Yep.
Like something about Virginia scene. They always had a real tough scene, you know, sonically, you know, and very physical. And but a lot of music, it was a melting pot. It always had his own style, his own vibe. And it has a place, especially, you know, all the years of me playing their Twisters. We have a lot of history in Virginia. You know what I mean? And it's great that Virginia's still on the map and still some of the best fests and shows that happen on those Virginia shows. You know what I mean?
100%.
You know, and it's good, you know, new bands with OGs in them doing their thing. You could, again, go to the band camp. A lot of these bands have the band camp, and I think that's probably one of the few platforms where the bands could actually see something and also get some traction and get some, you know, just get noticed and stuff. So go to their Instagrams, buy the t-shirts. This is all. Listen, when you like and you comment, that's big for these bands. It's very important. Same thing with this podcast. Leave comments, repost it. That goes a long way. It throws us in the algorithm with everybody else. And the same with supporting the bands on Bandcamp and all that good stuff. But you know what I mean?
Word up.
And it's like, again, I want to shout out everybody who's been hitting me up. Again, as you know, since my departure from the band, I've been flooded with mail. I've been flooded with a lot of stuff. So I can't say it enough. I love everybody who's given me 30 of the best years of my life. But I'm ready for those same people to stick with me for another 30 because I got a lot coming. Listen, the hard corner is not only getting started, we're just starting to get warmed up.
Yeah.
Hit the link tree, the hard corner, the Smoking Word podcast, the Heavy Collective for you Mary Jane lovers. I got a whole mini season. It's on deck right now. All you sponsors, get at me. We have a lot of things bubbling. Busky, I gotta say, when you grind, when you work hard, and you put that energy out there, that shit boomerangs back to you. And we have a lot of good things coming. And not just for us, but for the culture.
Totally.
The Heavy Collective, Smoking Word TV. Listen, and everybody right now, go add me. Smoke AD. That's the new band, a new vibe. We're dropping new music. The studio. I'm gonna put you on a little bit of a tidbit. I just locked down just this much. I locked down the studio today. So winter 2023, Smoke AD gets dropped. Ain't nobody got to turn around faster than your boy. Everybody's heads getting taken over. Everybody's asses are shaking. And also, most importantly, everybody's invited. Listen, the Hard Corner, Busky, we out of here till next week.
Right.
Let them know what's up. Anything you want to let them know before we out of here?
Like, follow, and subscribe. We say it every week, but that's the life's blood of this shit. You can't be on the sidelines. You got to get involved. And, when you're podcasting and you're on the internet, getting involved is as simple as hitting that like button and hitting the subscribe button, hitting the bell so you get the notifications and all that shit. So, you know the deal. Smoking Word TV, Smoke AD, the Hard Corner. We'll be back.
Everything next. Here. Yeah. Look out for that next live. We out of here.
Word.
Peace.